Good evening, this is All India Radio Kohima. I am Nabin Pradhan with the evening news, and these are the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi assures that the centre is approaching the issue of farm laws with an open mind. Nagaland will join the rest of the country in Polio National Immunization Day tomorrow. Nagaland Legislative Assembly Speaker re-convenes meeting of the Business Advisory Committee, and nation pays homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, on his 73rd death anniversary. The details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today assured that the government is approaching the issue of farm laws with an open mind. He said that the centre's stand is the same as it was on 22nd January, and the proposal given by Agriculture Minister still stands. Addressing the all-party meeting on the budget session of Parliament, Modi reiterated that the Agriculture Minister is just a phone call away for taking forward the talks. On references made by the leaders on the unfortunate incident on 26th January, the Prime Minister said that the law will take its own course. He reaffirmed the importance of smooth functioning of Parliament and comprehensive debates on the floor of the House. He added that frequent disruptions means smaller parties suffer as they cannot express themselves adequately. Modi said that it is for the bigger parties to ensure that Parliament functions smoothly. He highlighted the role India can play to further global good in many sectors. The Prime Minister referred to the skills and prowess of the people, which can be a force multiplier for global prosperity. Nagaland will join the rest of the country in the Polio National Immunization Day tomorrow. All eligible children from 0 to 5 years will be administered with polio drops in 2,206 polio booths to be manned by 9,096 health personnel and 441 supervisors, along with vaccines and other logistics. Special focus is being given to migrant population with an aim to prevent importation of polio cases. A state launching program will be held at Naga Hospital Authority, Kohima at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Principal Director of Health and Family Welfare Department, Dr. Vizolia Z. Shukre, will officially launch the vaccination drive. The State Health Department will be undertaking 3 days polio vaccine campaign targeting 1,51,000 children below 5 years. President Ramnath Kovind today launched the first round of Pulse Polio Program 2021. He launched the program by administering polio drops to children at Rashtrapati Bhavan. First Lady Savita Kovind, Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan, and Minister of State for Health Ashwini Kumar Chaubey were present on the occasion. Tomorrow is Polio Vaccination Day, also known as National Immunization Day or Polio Ravivar. Nagaland Legislative Assembly Speaker Sharingan Longkumar has reconvened the meeting of the Business Advisory Committee on 2nd February. A press release issued by Commissioner and Secretary Dr. P.J. Anthony states that the meeting, which was scheduled to be held yesterday, was cancelled due to unforeseen circumstances. The release said the meeting is being called to finalize the provisional program for the 7th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly. Nagaland today reported 2 fresh cases of COVID-19 positive, while 2 patients recovered from the infection. The 2 new cases were detected from Kohima, while 2 recovered patients were reported from Mokokchung. The total confirmed cases in the state stands at 12,090, while 11,806 persons have recovered from the infection. Currently, there are 52 active COVID-19 cases in the state. You are listening to the news from All India Radio, Kohima. The nation pays homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, on his 73rd death anniversary today. The day is also observed as Martyrs' Day. Gandhi was assassinated on this day in 1948. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid floral tributes to Mahatma Gandhi at his Samadhi in Rajghat on the occasion. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, other Union Ministers, Chief of Defence, Army Chief General, Navy Chief and Air Force Chief were among those who offered tributes to the father of the nation at Rajghat on Martyrs' Day. In his message, President Kovind said, "People should adhere to his ideals of peace, non-violence, simplicity, purity of means and humility." In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi said, "On Martyrs' Day, we recall the heroic sacrifices of all those great women and men who devoted themselves towards India's freedom and the well-being of every Indian." In his message, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu said, "Gandhiji was a crusader of non-violence and selfless service who inspired countless people worldwide to follow the path of ahimsa and worked relentlessly for the uplift of the vulnerable sections, downtrodden and socially backward." Advisor Monlumo Kikon has lauded the Wokha District Task Force DTF taking the challenge head-on in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. While addressing the Wokha District Planning Board meeting in Wokha on Thursday, Kikon said, in spite of its of its disadvantages on infrastructure and lack of other basic requirements, the force had met the challenges by using all human resources. He also appreciated the force in creating awareness in the areas where public were sensitized on the laid down guidelines and SOPs to prevent the spread of the virus. Kikon, who is also a member of the high-powered Committee for COVID-19 Nagaland, informed that the committee during its meeting appreciated and acknowledged Wokha District Task Force as one of the best performing districts in the state in terms of effectively handling the crisis and in fighting the pandemic. As a token of appreciation for the performance by the DTF Wokha, Kikon gifted video conferencing equipments to Wokha District. Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank said that the new national education policy has vast possibilities and the emphasis has been laid on students, teachers, curriculum and infrastructural facilities under this policy. While virtually attending the annual Principals Conference of the CBSE Gulf Sahodaya today, Nishank stressed on the importance of early years to ensure early childhood care and education for all children. He said the new policy will ensure all-round assessment and 360-degree holistic progress card. Raj Bhavan Kohima today bids farewell to outgoing officers and staff of Governor's Secretariat. The retired personnel include Additional Secretary S.K. Sahu, OSD K. Isaac, Head Attendant Bal Bahadur Sunar, ADC to Governor Wing Commander Vikas Ramola on reversion to his parent department, Indian Air Force, among others. Additional Secretary George Abraham thanked the retiring and outgoing personnel for their services rendered to Raj Bhavan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio tomorrow. It will be the 73rd episode of the monthly radio program. It will be broadcast on the entire network of AIR and Doordarshan and also on AIR News website www.newsonair.com and News On Air mobile app. It will also be streamed live on the YouTube channels of AIR, DD News, PMO and Information and Broadcasting Ministry. AIR will broadcast the program in regional languages immediately after the Hindi broadcast. The regional language versions will be repeated at 8 in the evening. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing norms. And to end the news, a reminder of the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi assures that the centre is approaching the issue of farm laws with an open mind. Nagaland will join the rest of the country in Polio National Immunization Day tomorrow. Nagaland Legislative Assembly Speaker reconvenes meeting of the Business Advisory Committee, and nation pays homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, on his 73rd death anniversary. And that's all the news we have for you this evening. Good night.